Hey guys, what's up? It's Jamie here. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing for you guys. I actually ordered a gaming computer for my gaming YouTube channel, so I'll be sure to link to that down in the description. But I went ahead and ordered through a company called iBUYPOWER, and their computers looked pretty good, and I seemed to got a pretty good deal during one of their sales. So they sent me 3 packages. So the first one and this one, I already just cut these open ahead of time just to make my life a little easier, but they have a gaming headset which came with the machine. It was free with every order, so I figured why not. I already have a pair of Turtle Beaches, but I figured another one would be cool to have just as an extra. And this one is the Gamester Gear headset with a detachable mic. So I'll go ahead and leave down in the description how good the sound quality is and everything. It's a wired gaming headset, so that's that box. I also went ahead and got this monitor by LG. It's a 23-inch display, full HD, and the model number is IPS234 for anybody who's interested. So included with it is a stand for the display to rest on, a mount to go onto the actual screen. It also includes a power cable, drivers for their dual monitor setup if you choose to do that, and it has a VGA cable. Now the problem with this is my graphics card only takes DVI or HDMI, so I went ahead and just grabbed an HDMI cable I have lying around. It's unfortunate that they don't include it with that, but still at least I had one. And now for the monitor itself, let's take a look. Pretty nice sized display. I think it's going to look really good for gaming, and it looks like it's pretty not damaged or anything, so it arrived good. So once I set it up, I'll find out for sure. I'll let you guys know if it's good or not. Now for the unboxing, I'm sure everybody's waiting for the computer itself. It's a pretty big box, weighs about 51 pounds I think. Also in here should be a keyboard and mouse, as well as a mouse pad. I got Razer gear. Just a notice here that says make sure you receive everything. If not, call them. Yeah, let's get to the unboxing. So my packing slip, I'll go over specs later on in the video. Yeah, let's see what we got in here. Starting off, this is my mouse mat. It's the Razer Vespula mouse mat. Basically has 2 separate sides to it. One is for more control, one is for like faster moving over it. And it seemed like a pretty good mouse mat. I figured I have a World of Warcraft one, so I thought it was time for a little better one. So as soon as I get all this set up, I'll show you guys by my computer. Let's see. In this box, I think these are my speakers. Let's take a look. Yeah, these are my speakers. I just went with some Logitech ones. The exact ones I went with were the Logitech S120 2.0 speaker system. So let's see. They're just basic speakers. I mean, nothing really special. Hopefully eventually I'll get some better ones. But I figured for now, just a basic set, since I'm going to be using my headset most of the time anyways, most likely. But I figure this is good for if I want to watch a YouTube video or something on them, then this would have been a good choice to go with. As you can see, they're just little speakers. And yeah, those are speakers. Next, we have my keyboard, it looks like. They just put some, looks like paper around this, which is so good because everything was packed in nice in here. And this is the Deathstalker keyboard. Now, I really like this keyboard because of the backlit keys, as well as you can program, I believe, some custom buttons in here somewhere. But this was supposed to be a pretty nice keyboard, so I decided to go with it, and apparently it types really nicely. So let you guys know what I think once I go ahead and open this up. Also, I went with a Razer mouse. This is the Death Adder mouse. By the way, that was the Deathstalker keyboard if I didn't mention. And this isn't the 2013 edition one, unfortunately, but still, it's a good mouse. It lights up, so that's pretty cool. The scroll wheel, as well as there's a logo inside of it. And it's only a right-hand mouse. I suppose lefties can use it, but I'm right-handed, so yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. And there's also programmable buttons on it too, so I can make hotkeys. Now let's see what else we have in here. This is just a bag of all the manuals and everything. I believe I also have a game code in here, stuff that came with the motherboard. Now this is your drivers for your motherboard right here, which you most of the time don't want to use. You're just going to want to connect to the internet and go ahead and download them because you'll have newer ones on there. These are, I ordered sleeved cables, so I guess this is an extra one. Looks like a video card cable, and also they went ahead and gave me an SLI bridge, which is, you can link two graphics cards together. So I plan on doing that eventually. This looks like extra screws for my case. I'm not really sure what this little piece is right here. Let's see. This is a three-way SLI. So if I want to, looks like a lot of bridges to connect my cards. Let's see here. I have a Crossfire bridge, a four-way SLI. If I really want to go for a lot, even though I don't think I'll ever do that. Some extra hard drive cables. More power cables just to connect extra components, extra thermal paste if I ever upgrade my CPU or my heatsink over it, the power cable for the actual computer itself. I went with Windows 8.1, so this is a reinstall CD if I ever have to upgrade a new hard drive or something like that. And the reason I went with 8.1 is because I heard it was pretty good for gaming. It had a lot of fixes. I went with the Sonar sound card, so this is just a manual that tells about it. Drivers, which I'm going to go ahead and download the newest ones from the website. Actually, this looks like these are graphics drivers for the motherboard itself. Let's see, we got some more manuals. Another manual. My solid state drive installation CD, which they should have done for me already. Which I went with a solid state drive for the boot. This is another motherboard manual. I went ahead, they included McAfee Antivirus Plus for free, so I went ahead and got that, as well as this code for Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Splinter Cell Blacklist. So that's pretty cool. That's all the stuff that came in this bag. So I'll go ahead and put all that back in the bag, and I'll set these codes aside because I'm going to redeem them later on. Well, it's really cool that that this motherboard came with the SLI bridges, because eventually maybe I'll go ahead and upgrade to dual graphics cards. The graphics card I went with is the GTX 780. It's a 3 GB card and seemed to be pretty good for the price it was, so that's why I went with that one. And I figured if I notice any lag or anything like that, I could always go SLI with it, so that was a plus. But I'm only going to be using one 1080p monitor for now. So this is my case. This is the Chaser A31 Thunder Edition. And I went with blue. There was either blue or black. It's pretty heavy. And it came with nice padding on the bottom of the box. That's cool. But yeah, this is the case. I like blue, and it had a window in the side, so I thought that was cool. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors. We're going to go ahead and open this one up. Now, hopefully this is a good case. Wasn't really sure when I was looking at it, but I figured it looked pretty awesome online, so we'll have to see what it looks like in person. Okay, so the best way to get this out, instead of pulling on it, is to lay it upside down and let it slide out. So I'll just carefully do that here. There we go. Wow, this is a pretty big tower. only went with a medium-sized tower though, so just gonna go ahead and slide up home from that half and then the other half. There we go. Now we could lay this the proper way up. Take off this plastic from around it. I actually really like the color of blue on this one. Looks very nice. And let's see, this just says take out the packaging from inside of the computer because I went with extra packaging on the inside. So there's a power button, reset, microphone jack, headphone jack, as well as two USB 3.0 ports. I went with a just a regular CD drive. That's pretty cool how that curves out like that. I'm guessing these come off. I'm not really sure. Intel i7 3.7 gigahertz quad core graphics card. On the back, looks like I have the standard graphics card ports. This is for LED control right here because I went with LED lights inside of the case. Let me just get the flashlight in case it's a little dark for you guys. This is my sound card port, wiring ports. There's a fan right here, and then this is the motherboard ports. Now when you get your computer, you don't want to use these for your graphics because they won't be the better graphics card, which you pay for, so you want to use your graphics card set up right here. So now let's go ahead and open up the side of the case. See what's in here. This just says, please read the instructions on removing the foam inserts before powering on, because you don't want to power it on with all that inside of there, trust me. So we're going to go ahead and set this down and unscrew these thumb screws. They also have a Phillips head on the top just in case. I really like the blue. It's a really nice finish on this case. I didn't choose to get mine engraved, but some people do. Okay, let's see. This just slides back a little and then you pull it off. And there's a protective piece of plastic over here, which I'm going to go ahead and take off because I want to be able to see the inside of my machine. Now for the internals, I went with 850 watt power supply. Just going to go ahead and carefully remove this. There we go. Came off pretty nicely. Pretty sturdy. Let's see, what's this? I have no idea. Oh, this is just the plastic for it. Okay, what else we have in here? Just gotta check the wires. Looks like they did a pretty nice job on the wiring here. I don't know what this piece is hanging here. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, this must be for the, I went ahead and got a USB extension on the board. It also had built-in Wi-Fi, so I could connect to Wi-Fi. Here's my sound card, the graphics card right here. Looks like they put a different fan on it. This is water-cooled CPU. There's plenty of fans in here. There might even be a fan in the front. I'm not sure. Hopefully there is. These are quick-release drive bays, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if they screwed down my drives, so I might have to do that myself. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everything's attached properly. I went with 16 gigabytes of RAM. I think it's clocked at 1866. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a look, make sure everything's all good in here, and I'll let you guys know. And next time you see this, it will be booted up, and I'll show you the layout. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, we're back. So we have the computer. This is my really ghetto desk setup because my desk is kind of small right now. I have to get a bigger one, but here's the keyboard, the speakers, the monitor, my mouse pad, and over here is the beauty. Yeah, it's a really beautiful computer. It has one or two fans in the front, I'm not sure. Two on top, a push-pull on the back, some nice LEDs. As you can see, it's all booted. So we're going to go ahead and sign into Windows here and just get it set up and see. So let me try the other half of this mouse pad because I don't like the grip. I just like the smooth side. Yeah, it's a changeable mouse. Yeah, that feels nicer. Okay, so let's see. Wow, my mouse sensitivity is really high. Okay, so we are Eastern time. English is fine. Okay, product key. Just give me a second to do this, guy. Okay, guys, so I grabbed my product key. Just accepting the terms. This should have built-in wireless, so let's see. I like blue, of course, so I guess we'll go with... Wow, this is a really nice monitor. Nice light blue. And J's PC. Oh, I can't even do a space. J_PC. Yeah, that works. Okay, Wi-Fi. I guess this doesn't have 5 gigahertz support, but yeah. Okay, Wi-Fi connected. Express settings. Automatically find connected devices. You know what? I'm gonna customize my settings. You connected to Wi-Fi. These. Sure. Yeah. We're gonna have them. I'm gonna go through and manually do my updates. I'm not going to use Internet Explorer, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Windows error reporting, sure. Sure. You don't need my location. No, I don't want them to have my location. Sure, whatever. They can do all that. Now I have to sign into my account. Okay guys, I got signed into my account because I had to go and grab my other computer and log into my email account. So now Windows is finalizing this. Windows install should be on a solid state drive if they did it correctly, so should be super fast. And I'm just going to make sure that they configured my hard drives correctly. I don't know if they did. I don't know why it's installing apps. I had Windows 8 before on my old laptop, so I hope it's not reinstalling those. But this is a really nice monitor. I don't know if I like these LEDs on the speaker and on there, but what you're gonna do, I guess. Hopefully I'm gonna get sound. If not, I'm gonna have to see why I don't. Okay guys, that finished. I'm signed in, so let's see if I go to my desktop. Okay, cool. Yeah. First we're gonna use Internet Explorer. And the thing you use Internet Explorer for is to get a new web browser. Google Chrome, download it. Now to get Google Chrome, I'm going to download a benchmark test as well as a thing to make sure that they put all the right parts in here. It's already telling me I have a new driver available, so that's cool. Yes, default browser, sure. We'll run it. And we'll also do a speed test to see if my internet's pretty fast, which it should be. I'm a little worried because it didn't have a 5 gigahertz connection, so hopefully that doesn't take too long in the meantime. Oh wow, I forgot there's no start button. So I don't know why I have an extra terabyte hard drive. Maybe they gave me an extra one or something, but apparently I have that. Windows 7 is installed on this drive, along with some other stuff it looks like. Hopefully it's the solid state drive. I'll find out as soon as this browser finishes installing, but I guess I have an extra terabyte hard drive, apparently. Who knows? I'll have to look at my order sheet. Maybe I did that by accident. Let's see how... Okay, it's almost done downloading. I'm not sure if I'm going to have good speeds or not. Google Chrome is just about done, so then we'll go ahead and run the benchmark and make sure they put all the right stuff in my computer. Use this as the default. Google Chrome is now installed. Yay! Okay, click next, and I'll sign into that in a minute. Next, we are going to get a program to see my system specs called Specky. It's a pretty cool program, and it should also tell me how hot my computer is running and things like that. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, for some reason the web page didn't load. That's pretty weird. Okay, it must be the web page. I guess I'll have to figure out how to download it somewhere else. I guess I'll just go to this. Okay, there may be something wrong with the internet. Okay guys, sorry about that. There was a DNS issue, so I just had to flush my DNS cache on my computer, which I don't know why, and I'm not getting any sound, so I don't think my sound card drivers are installed, so for now I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it into the sound port on the actual motherboard and see if that gives me sound. Maybe. Still no sound, so my volume is up. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Might be because I don't have the drivers yet. I don't need to view the release notes, so let's see if they did everything. Okay, so I did get 8.1 64-bit. That's what I should have. 16 gigs. I don't know why my RAM is clocked that low. That's supposed to be my motherboard, yes. GTX 780, yes. So apparently I have an extra hard drive, but I do have my solid state drive. So yeah, they gave me an extra hard drive. This is the solid state drive. My optical drive is right, but my RAM is clocked low. And I did get a 3.7 gigahertz CPU. Yes, so I don't know how to change my RAM frequency. I think I have to do that in my motherboard settings, but it was supposed to be clocked to 1866, I believe. So I don't really know what's up with that. I'll have to call them and ask them how to do that, because that's something in the motherboard BIOS configuration. The last thing I'm going to do is get the benchmark just to show you guys how powerful this computer is, and then the video will be over. Hey guys, what's up? So I finally finished getting everything done on my computer. As you can see, the LEDs are pretty awesome. If I click this button on the back, they change. Yeah, they do some pretty crazy stuff, which is really awesome. They have like 8 different settings. I think I like this glow one. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I have 2 fans on the top. I think there's 2 in the front. Yeah. And then 1 push-pull configuration on the back. As you can see, my RAM in there. I got my RAM set to the right speeds. All I had to do was go into the motherboard BIOS, which was it wasn't too difficult. They just said that they have it clocked lower. I also decided to use an Ethernet cable. Got my mouse, my keyboard, my speakers. They're working now. My monitor, and I got my benchmark tool all set. I also fixed my login so I could just type in a pin and make my life way easier. I got Steam, Origin, and I'm downloading Payday 2 right now. But yeah, it has a super fast boot. And we're going to go ahead and run this benchmark app right now, so that way you guys can see just how powerful this computer is. Yeah, I put a shortcut to Task Manager just so you can see. CPU 3.7 gigahertz, memory clocked at the 1866. Apparently I have 8 slots available. 3 hard drives. They did indeed put an extra hard drive on my computer. I have my solid state drive as my main drive. Then I have just an extra 1 gigabyte drive, which I'll use for videos, and then my RAID 0 2 gigabyte. Sorry about that, guys. My camera ran out of memory there, so we're gonna continue on with this review. So yeah, as you can see, I have 3 hard drives here. My solid state drive, which I'm gonna keep most of my boot programs. I'm using this N drive, my RAID 0 2 gigabyte configuration. I'm gonna be using that for my games pretty much. Maybe I'll put 1 game on my solid state drive, but I really don't want to fill it up too much. And then I have an extra 1 gigabyte drive, so I'm probably going to put videos on that. Or I don't know. But yeah, everything's running pretty good on the computer, luckily. Really liking all these accessories. I put my headset down there. I'm hoping to get a bigger desk soon. I'm just downloading the 3D Mark demo through Steam because for some reason it wasn't working the other way. I have Thief pre-ordered, so that's pretty cool. Actually, it's out by now, so I'm gonna go ahead and install that soon. I also have Titanfall pre-ordered, so I'm super excited for that one. Other than that, they gave me a free copy of McAfee Antivirus. I really don't know how good that is, but hey, it was free with my purchase. They also gave me 2 free games to download over here. I don't know what's up with them, but the link wasn't working, so I couldn't redeem them yet. So hopefully the link will be working eventually. And yeah, while we're waiting for this to finish downloading, probably like another 3 minutes, might cut the video. Just show you guys my game library real fast. I have a lot of games. This isn't even all the games I have. So yeah, just quickly scroll through the list for you guys. Some pretty good ones in here. Mostly excited for Titanfall though. Dungeon Defenders 2 is coming out soon, official release for the test, and unfortunately I was banned from Dungeon Defenders 1, which really stinks, and I honestly don't even remember why, but number 2 I won't be banned in, and I'm going to be playing that a lot. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this computer can run pretty much anything, which is awesome. I've always wanted a gaming computer, so I'm really happy I got this one. So yeah, those are most of my games. And I'll be back once this finishes downloading. So guys, this is still not done downloading, but I just thought while we wait for it to finish, I'd talk about my experience with iBUYPOWER and if I recommend them to you or not. So when I ordered from them, I paid for 1-day rush shipping as well as overnight delivery, or 1-day rush build and then overnight shipping, and they were late on my build, so their policy is for every day they refund $20 back to you. And yeah, so I was talking to them about that, and then my tower actually arrived a day late because I got my monitor and my headset in 2 of the boxes, as you guys saw from the beginning, and then yeah, my tower came a day late, so they refunded part of my shipping costs. So I'll actually have to see. They said it takes up to a week, so I'll see if I get my money back. But I had a very interesting experience with their customer support. It really seems like they don't communicate well with each other, because I had to call a few times for some issues I had. And yeah, just they didn't seem like they wanted to talk. If you do order through them, you're better off going through their main customer support line instead of contacting your sales rep, because when I contacted my sales rep, he just seemed like he didn't want to talk and just get me off the phone as fast as possible. And the customer service reps gave a lot of like miscommunication in their details and stuff about certain things. So I don't really know what all that was about, but another thing was the way my computer was wired when I took off the back. It seemed like all the wires were really stuffed in there. I mean, I paid for professional wiring and everything, and the wiring on the inside of the case looks good, and it doesn't really matter for the back of the case, but it's a really tight fit, and if I want to go and add other components later on, it's just going to be really difficult. Also, on my case, one of the hard drive quick release clips actually broke off when I was just taking it out. I didn't pull hard or anything. So I don't know what was up with that. So anyways, this is downloading now, so now I'm going to give you the benchmark real fast. And yeah, I'm going to pause that download so that way it does not. We're going to go 64-bit. Yes, we're on the Steam first time setup. I really do like my setup here. I can't wait till I get a bigger desk to fit all this on. So that's definitely going to be awesome. But for now, this is a pretty good setup. I also have my controller over there, so I'll probably go ahead and use that for some games. I can't wait to try out some games on here and see if it really lives up to it. And like I said, I might upgrade to SLI GTX 780s eventually. It depends on if I can actually get a wire in there and find a good price on the card and all that. But I'm very happy they gave me an extra hard drive, so that's going to be good for recording, because I was planning on getting one anyways. An update. Okay, you can update it for me, I guess. Sure. I will put a link to my gaming YouTube down in the description. Sure, you can install that there. I'm not really sure what this is. Close. Okay, sure. Yes. Okay, I have no idea why it wanted me to do that, but it did. So we're gonna relaunch this just to make sure. Like I said, we're gonna relaunch this just to make sure. And then we're gonna run this benchmark, guys. Let me just close that. Oh, actually, I need Steam running. Okay, let's see. We'll just run all the tests, I guess, and see what it does. Yeah, so let's see what kind of score I get. I don't really know what's good, but yeah. It says, please wait, running system info. Okay, should play some kind of cool cinematic. Ice Storm demo. Okay, this is the same one that they do on Android. I really like these speakers. Strangely enough, this doesn't really look HD, so I don't know if that's because this is just a demo version or what. Maybe it runs it after, or maybe I have to select it, so who knows. Yeah, it's saying I'm getting over 1,000 frames per second there at the bottom. That's kind of funny. So, I don't know. But this is supposed to be the gamer's benchmark, so who knows. Maybe there's a more graphically intense version or something. Yeah, again it's saying I'm getting really high frames per second, so I don't know, some of the textures look bad in this, so I don't know if this is like the full graphically intense version or whatever, but my card's handling this extremely well. A little bit slow down there, but it only dipped to like 500 or 600, so physics test. This one's a little more intense. It's getting to like 160 frames per second. Obviously this card can handle most things with no issues at all. It's going to be able to play most games on high. Okay, I've never seen this benchmark Cloudgate demo, so we'll have to see what this one is. Sorry, there was something on my display that was bothering me. Hopefully this finishes up soon. My camera is about to run out of storage space again. Hopefully this review doesn't come out too long. Yeah, this one looks a little more graphic intensive considering now it's at 300 frames a second. This one is running about 250. Now it just jumped up to 400. Looks like I have about a minute left of recording time, so if I run out of space then I will be back. And this one dipped down to about 23 frames a second, 22-ish, so this one's pretty intense, this physics test. And is that it? Ah, there's another one. Okay guys, well unfortunately I'm gonna have to stop it here because I'm about to run out of space, so I'll try to start it back up if I can free up a little more space, but if not then I will be back with updates about this machine as I use it and see if it lasts. But overall I'd say that they're a pretty good company. Their customer support isn't the greatest, but what can you really do in that situation? I feel like I got a really good deal, and yeah. So I will try to free up some space for you guys, but if not, then hope you guys enjoyed this review. Okay guys, I'm really sorry about running out of space there. I just wanted to show you the results I got. So for Fire Strike, I got a score of 90-60. As you can see, there's the individual scores right there. Some detailed scores, people I compared to. Frames that I got. And just setting information. Here's my score for the Cloud Gate test. And as you can see, I scored similar to 219 people, and yeah, here's the detailed results. Just the setting information, and then here's that Ice Storm test, which I scored insanely high on. And I scored similar to 243 people. And here is the results, and yeah. And then here's how my scores compare to others, and it says this score, and then right above it is high-end gaming PC, and yeah. As you can see, I'm pretty much right by a high-end gaming PC, and I have better than 77% of all results. And then here's just more information about my graphics card. Now, something strange I saw on this list was, even though I changed it in the BIOS, my RAM is still coming up at 667, and to figure out what the actual clock speed is, you multiply that by 2. It's 1333 is what it's clocked at right now, but I clocked it in my BIOS to 1886. Or 943 is what it says, even when I go to my System Spec Tool Specky and I launch this, and if we look, unless it changed itself back, which I don't know why it would do that, just give it a second to load. Yes, it says right here I'm clocked at 933, which would be the 1866. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but that's what it said. So yeah, those are my results, and overall it's a pretty good computer. I'm gonna test some gaming on it soon, and yeah. If you guys have any questions or anything, just comment down below. Remember to like the video and subscribe to my gaming channel if you want to see some gameplay. I'll most likely upload, and this is my music channel that this is up on. So yeah, I'll see you guys next video.